At Decades of Cool Toys, you're bound to find something awesome, new, or nostalgic every time you walk in. While we carry toy lines and collectibles that unite toy fans from all decades, we also try to set ourselves apart by carrying some of the more exclusive or unique items that you just won't find anywhere else. And even though 2024 just started, we've already had the joy of getting to be official vendors for some of the coolest toy lines out there. Some familiar, some new, but all with our DOCT approval of awesome. When it comes to the history of toys, it's impossible to not include or talk about wooden ones. They've only been making playtime fun for thousands of years, with some of the earliest tracing all the way back to ancient Egypt as well as during the Greek and Roman empires. In fact, did you know that before Legos sold their iconic bricks that we all know and love, they originally sold wooden toys? But it's no secret why wooden toys used to be so popular. They can be carved into just about anything. And because of that and the simplicity in their design, you're able to let your imagination run wild and playtime seemingly never has to end. Even though today there's so many kinds of toys and collectibles to make your head spin, there is one company that's here to change your perspective on traditional wooden cars. Introducing Candy Lab. Candy Lab vehicles are anything but ordinary. They took some of the most iconic and classic rides from Earth and beyond and put a unique spin on them. Feel like going on a safari adventure? Hop in the Drifter, covered with unique zebra print. Want to hit the beach and ride those gnarly waves? The Woody Redux is for you, complete with surfboard. And if you want to grab a quick bite, well, there's a vehicle for that too.
So what we wanted to do now is kind of dive in a little bit deeper into each of these cars and kind of show you the behind the scenes and do a little featurette of what makes each one extraordinary and different and unique. Starting with this back row here, the more bigger cars. These are the Americana class of Candy Lab. So when most people think of wooden cars, these are usually the first kind that pop into their head. These are constructed from solid beechwood and feature real rubber tires. So we'll kind of see in depth what each one looks like. With those features. They're extremely vibrant in the color scheme and all the details that really shine through. That is just one of the many ways that Candy Lab is turning ordinary wooden toys and cars into something absolutely extraordinary. So we're going to dive in right here first, starting with this guy on the far end. This is the Drifter. So this is kind of mimicked of a safari jeep sort of deal, where you're going to the jungle and that kind of thing. You can see the design has an awesome zebra print here, as well as a little shield that has a zebra in it, and above it it says protect and preserve. So one of the many ways that Candy Lab is trying to acknowledge wildlife and the environment and preserving that. So really cool feature. On the back here as well, they have a little little rubber tire there too, so kind of like a real Jeep has. So Candy Lab is just bringing that attention to detail and realism to their vehicles by adding small little features like that. So pretty cool. This is one of the two cars that features this black metal bar on top, so you can store other accessories and things like that when you're playing around or just displaying it on your table and that kind of thing. So yeah, a cool little start here on our journey. Moving right over here to the other far end, we have a car that's, as you can see, very similar in design to the Drifter. This is the Big Sur. We have ours here in this vibrant green color, kind of like a lime green sort of deal. They come in a variety of different colors. This is just the one we picked out. Again, you can see that black metal bar there on top. So again, kind of you can put accessories on here as well, or you can also if you wanted to drive it around, two fingers on there. Another cool thing that the realism, attention to detail. This one, the Drifter has the tire on the back. This one has painted gas cap here. So kind of a cool way that these cars don't obviously take any sort of fuel or anything to get them rolling, moving. But again, just bringing that attention to detail closer to you. Now this car, I've kind of, this one here, and as well as this guy right here I'll talk about next, the Longhorn truck. They're kind of like the homage to American, traditional American trucks from, back in the day. Kind of that bulky design. This guy right here, the only truck, the true truck we have, because it has the bed on the back. This is the Longhorn. Comes in this vibrant teal. I keep saying vibrant a lot, but they all really are vibrant. So you can store stuff here if you want, just like a real truck. Another cool thing is that this one features little blinker indicators here on the side, as well as two little taillights here as well. This is all these guys have too. So, but yeah, nice little way. Now, one cool thing that the Longhorn and the Big Sur have on the bottom of them, they have these little indentations for trailers. So Candy Lab does sell trailers you can attach to vehicles that have these indentations. So some of them are, just plain cutouts here, but some of them, like the Big Sur, have a magnet on them, and some of the trailers are actually magnetized themselves. So you can just, clip it on with just a simple use of magnets, and you're ready to roll on by. So nice, cool little feature. Again, that attention to detail and realism that Candy Lab is trying to bring with their vehicles. So the next car I'll talk about is this guy right here in front of me, which I put right in front because this is my favorite one we have of the bunch. This is the GT10, vibrant orange with black racing stripes here on top. Kind of mimics those American muscle cars from the 70s, like the one you'd see in Starsky and Hutch. Even has a cool little racing number here on the side. Cool thing it has is the stripe here on the back, signalizing the tail lights. So they all have that in their own different way and manner. I'll kind of flip these around to the back so you can kind of see and better how each one has their own style. Some of them are more detailed, some are just too low, simple as 2 dots, or sorry, 4 dots. The last one we have here of the Americana cars is this guy. This is the Woody Redux. So this one, first of all, I'll remove this little accessory. We'll talk about that in just a second. This one is kind of mimicked to do like the, family road trips from back in those days. It has the wood grain on the side and all around. People have said this reminds them of the one they took their family vacations in when they were younger. It reminds me personally of the Griswold family truckster, as you saw in Vacation. So going to Wally World, you can probably go to Wally World in this thing. That's the one thing I haven't talked about so far, is that every single vehicle here, Candy Lab has taken those designs throughout American history of those iconic cars that people have grown up with or just had for many generations in their families or have seen on film and shows. And they've done a great job of just bringing that right amount of detail to them, but yet leaving a little bit out just so you can make, your own imagination run wild when you're playing with them or displaying them, right? Add your own flair and style. Yeah, so this car in particular has, again, it reminds me, as soon as we got it in here at Decades of Cool Toys, I was like, yep, that reminds me of the family truckster, right? But one feature that makes this guy unique, and put it kind of aside from the rest of these, is that it comes with this accessory, a surfboard accessory, which features the Candy Lab logo on here, as well as a little shield in the front that says BKLYN, symbolizing, of course, where Candy Lab's origins are, in Brooklyn, New York. And you're probably saying to yourself, why on earth do I need one other thing to keep track of with this, right? You know that action figures and collectors, they think, oh, I have all these different guns and pistols and swords and stuff like that, I'm going to lose them. Candy Lab has got that figured out with you. Again, using magnets in such a creative way that they've put magnets on here and in the surfboard so that you can just clip it on and it stays there and it will never fall off. So this thing ain't going anywhere, so you can take it with you wherever you gotta go, and you can rest assured that your surfboard will still be on there for the adventure. So whether it's playtime or whether it's just you want to display it, you can always rest assured that your accessories will always remain where they need to be. So now that we've talked about the Americana class, I'll move into our 2 final vehicles there in the front. These are the Candy Car class, so as you can see, much tinier than these guys here in the front, but they may look small, but they still pack an impressive punch with all the detail similar to their bigger counterpart. This is the pink sedan. Candy Lab nicknames this one the bubblegum car because of its bright color scheme. This one's really cool because along with having, again, the classic design, it also features a magnet on the bottom, so you can actually put these Candy Lab sells garages and storing facilities on their website, so you can attach this guy right on top of there, similar to the way the surfboard sticks to the Redux, and it will not go anywhere. So one cool thing about this car I want to add is that the headlights are actually like cut out really intricately, so they did a really cool job with that, and the taillights feature same wooden bar just like with the GT10, but it has a bit of a shimmer to it, so that's kind of a cool thing when you're taking it out into light. You can kind of see how that works. So, and then right over here we have the Patty's hamburger van. So this one just looked really cool to us. I personally love the 60s and 50s kind of diner deco to it. Also features a squishable little burger on top of here as well. And one thing I'll tell you about all these cars is that as we've displayed them and as I'm kind of talking about them now, they all feel really sturdy in construction. They did a really exceptional job with that. So there you go, an in-depth and behind-the-scenes look at these more than ordinary, yet extraordinary wooden vehicles.
So whether you're on the hunt for the next piece in your epic collection or just find a ride that speaks to you, With so many styles to choose from, combined with Candy Lab's premium materials and construction, one thing's for sure, these wooden cars are anything but ordinary. Find your next ride in-store or online, along with hundreds of other unique new and vintage toys.